My name is Zach, and this was me. I was in the software industry for a long time, so I was eventually in charge of an entire team. Some were on site, some were remote, but I loved them all. It was my responsibility to recognize, encourage, and guide them to do their best work and achieve their career goals. I knew I needed to do this through regular communication. Things I'd say to my team included things like great job, or remind them to end meetings on time, or regular daily conversation. I noticed that these fell into the standard categories of reinforcement, which I call kudos, criticism, although I prefer to think of it as coaching since I'm sincerely trying to help them level up their skills versus punishing them, and regular connection type messages used to simply interact or keep in touch with someone, especially the remote people you don't see all the time. Then, after reading some management books, I learned that I need to have a certain balance between them, which makes sense if all you do is criticize someone, you'll demoralize them. So the books say that for each one constructive criticism or coaching, you'd want to have 5 reinforcements or kudos for the optimum balance. And let's just say 3 connections to get a good mix. Okay. But I quickly realized I need to keep track of all my messages and their types for each person on the team, and not only for emails, but for text messages and verbal messages too. It sounded tough. And also, I needed to make sure that I didn't fall behind. Effective feedback is supposed to be timely, so I had to keep up the correct frequency for each person. So I tried to do it with spreadsheets and elbow grease, but I couldn't keep up with it for long. Quickly got out of hand and I felt overwhelmed. So I was going to forget about being some super feedback manager, and it felt impossible. But then I remembered I was a coder and I had an idea. I created a simple prototype mobile app for myself where I had my list of teammates I could click to create a message. I could write the message, tag it as kudos, coaching, or connection, and send it out via email, text, or mark it as verbal. When I hit the button, it actually jumped over to my regular email or text app and populated the message for me to send from there. So the team member only saw an email or text that came directly from me, not some spammy looking app email address. And they liked it. They loved getting more feedback, especially kudos for their hard work. They could even send replies that would of course go straight back to me. Since I was now tracking the message types, I could visualize that balance or ratio between them, and I could easily see who needed which kind of messages and send accordingly. To stay on top of the frequency, I could set an interval for each team member and get notifications and reminders to send the messages. This helped me be fair and not neglect anyone, especially my remote team members that could easily fall through the cracks. Having message histories all in one place, no matter the channel, made it easier for me to do my performance reviews. It was less paperwork, and the reviews themselves turned out to be better, since I could easily go back through the entire year and cover all their achievements. And that avoids the recency bias you often see in performance reviews. So overall, it was working great for me. And then the new AIs hit the scene, and I saw a chance to make this app even more powerful. I had it evaluate my messages and give me tips on how my feedback could be better structured and more effective. It even suggested full rewrites that I could use. Over time, I honestly felt the feedback I created on my own was improving, even when I was doing it verbally, thanks to the tips from the app. As a manager, I consider myself a coach for my team, but the app keeping me on track with who needs what, guiding me on how to structure my messages, and making sure I didn't fall behind, was in fact coaching me. So I called it my Coach. I felt better as a manager, and my team felt more recognized, more engaged, and had higher morale and ultimately higher performance. They had a greater affinity towards me since I was that rare manager that recognized them enough for their hard work. And even my boss, who was happy with the team's increased performance, was smiling more. So people thought I was some superhero because I could juggle all these things at once, but I knew it was because I had the secret sauce, which was Coach. So now, I really want to help other managers become superhero leaders too, by releasing a CoachCoach web app and mobile apps for everyone. If you think this could help you or someone you know become a more effective leader, please share it with them and go to CoachCoach.ai to register for early access. Your feedback as I develop the app for release will directly influence what CoachCoach becomes. I can't wait to see you there. Thanks for watching.